Alright, hello everyone. Making some video for my website. Time to get my website updated actually to make sure that it can be used for more than just requests or sign up for tutoring. What I decided to do today actually is to make a video for some simple solving techniques that for some reason people find it difficult in math, and if they don't know these techniques they cannot go further in math. They just give you one step equation. When I say one step equation, it means that you will need one step to solve it. Let's take a look at this. So, for example, 2 plus y is equal to, let's say, 9. The reality of this and the thought process is that 2 plus a number, because these are variable, they represent a unknown value that it changes based on where it's being used. So basically, we say 2 plus a number should be 9. Just from intuition, we know that 2 plus 7 equal 9. But here's the thing, no one knows how to show it or prove it mathematically sometimes. So here is the real deal of what we need to do. The goal is isolation. So basically, we try to isolate a variable at all times. Take a look at the side with the variable on it. One thing I always do for my students is tell them to circle the variable. That means that your goal at the end of the day is to get rid of that variable. Therefore, only thing that needs to be moved right now is this right here. See, we need to get rid of this. Now take a look at the sign that's attached to the constant to make sure that you do the opposite of that sign. So because this right here is positive, we don't write the positive sign beside it, so we're going to subtract that. However, an equation has to be balanced. So this is the equality principle where the equation has to be balanced. Where if we subtract 2 from this side, we also need to subtract 2 from that side as well. So if you picture this equation on a scale, if the scale is balanced right now, this is the equal sign, we have 2 plus y in this side and 9 on that side. If you remove 2 over here and do not put 2 back over here, of course that this side becomes heavier and this will go down here, because it's only going to be y and it was 9 over here and it's still 9 over here, so this side is heavier. Now let's get back to this. Positive 2 minus 2, that's two opposites and they actually cancel out to give you 0, leaving you only with the y on the left side. Now y is equal to 9 and minus 2, which that leaves us with 7. So that right there, we just proved that y equals 7. Now, if I reverse this step now and I have y minus 2 is equal to 9. The thought process is still the same, where we're thinking, okay, if I have y, which is unknown, which it can say some number minus 2 is going to be equal to 9, that means that y must then be 11, because I can take away 2 from 11 to get me 9. But we must show that mathematically. So let's take a look at this right here. We have subtraction here because the constant was positive. Take a look right here. First things first, we are going to circle a variable because we need that to be alone. We're not touching that. Now take a look at the constants and the sign that's in front of it. This time it has a negative sign right here. So therefore, I know most of us know this as subtraction, but when you read these things, it's just for the signs. It is the sign or the symbol in front of the constant. So this would be said to be a negative sign. Therefore, we're going to add 2 to both sides. There we go. When we add 2 to both sides, they're still opposite because opposite are integers. Same distance from 0, but on opposite side, which means they have two different signs, and they're actually going to cancel out when you combine them like that to add them. So therefore, this will leave y by itself in the side, and other side is 9 plus 2, so y equals 11. So this right here is a property of equality for addition and subtraction, and that basically allows us to find a simple or solve simple equation using one step. Don't have to do a lot of steps. Now these steps can be later combined, which I want to do another video and combining these steps. However, I want to do the next property for subtraction. Alright, so let me go and erase everything off here, which is the subtraction, but I want to show you guys how to do for multiplication and division. The concept is still the same. The only difference really is that it has a big issue with knowing exactly which way to go. But the concept is the same basically. You always do the opposite of the operation to solve for either or. Therefore, we're going to talk about that together and we're going to see exactly what's going on now with that. Alright, so let's get back to business now. Let's take a look at this example here. 4 times x is equal to 20. Now, when a number is written like this, such as 4, and a variable is right there beside it, it basically means 4 times x, or in some case, not everybody knows a dot, but it's still 4 times, notice my x is italic, so therefore it differentiates from the multiplying. Okay, now if we go back here now, we look at it, we know that 4 times a number is equal to 20. We think intuitively and said, okay, if 4 times a number equal 20, what do I know 4 multiplies by to give me 20 from your own background, from your own calculation? 4 times, let's say you're thinking 5. Boom. 4 times 5 is 20. But not all the time we're going to know it, so we should be able to solve it. So therefore, because this operational multiplication, to solve a multiplication problem, we will divide by that constant. So therefore, I forgot to do this as well. We're still highlighting our variable because our goal is still to get it by itself. So there we go. So now we're dividing that by that same number. That cancel out each other there to become 1. So now it's just x on the side, which is equal to 20 divided by 4. X would be 5. There we go. Now we're going to flip it right here now to say now, let's say y divided by 7 is equal to 4. You still ask yourself again, that unknown number, what can be divided by 7 and become 4? Sounds like 28. Let's prove it. In this case, because we have a variable being divided by a constant, this case we had a variable, and the variable right here, x, being multiplied by a constant, we divided. Now there's a variable y being divided by a constant, and we're going to actually go ahead and do the opposite of that division, which means that we multiply. So multiply by 7 on both sides. Notice one thing, I never do one side only, I always do both, because once again we have to keep that equation balanced. So there you have it. We just proved how to solve one-step equation using four simple rules of equality principle for addition, subtraction, and division. For further questions, feel free to email me or contact me, and I'll be happy to help you out and give you lessons if possible. I will post my email address here. Let me put it right here, so you have access to email me, no problem. That's simple. G-Tutoring Inc. at gmail.com, or you may be able to reach me at G, that's my professional business right here, at G-Tutoring Inc. .org. Feel free to reach me at any one of these addresses. Actually, I'd love to get in touch with you for a tutoring session with an online or face to face. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.